This is a small glimpse into a beautiful world that my friend and her family have created together. She is a powerhouse and does everything with a beautiful heart-led approach that is incredibly inspiring. I know that you'll enjoy it.
Come on in.
Overhead lights, just something close, and like you're coloring up against this black is really. Britt, I love how you incorporate organic material with a modern design, and I would love to hear more about your building philosophy in that way.
About wellness too, because again, and like just functionality, and everything should have multiple purposes. And I, to the extent possible, really try to use natural materials just because I do think it makes the home more like peaceful and serene, and just have an overall like more organic feel. Like I love more of a soft aesthetic, and something that does feel very organic and natural. So we try to always use like a real natural stone. So like this is a quartzite, using natural finishes for our wood.
You love to be outside, and I know it was quite the process to get your land how you like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us like to be outside, you know, and we're still, it's so crazy because the land, when we originally bought it, had been abandoned and neglected for years. And so I originally had this dream that like, oh, we're going to play outside all the time and it's going to be so great. And honestly, the first couple of years that we were here, we had like a ton of animal issues and bug problems and like couldn't get grass to grow. And it's been a labor of love for sure, but I feel like finally this year the land is in a space where like we can truly enjoy being outside, and just explore and be in nature, because I really do feel like that brings such a sense of calm to any human.
How would you describe your inspiration for incorporating family and business?
I learn so much from my kids, even about how we want to run our business, you know. To always be curious is something from like just spending so much time with them. I'm like, wow, like they really do always ask the best questions, and they have like a genuine curiosity about life, and just asking the why. That like we don't always have to do things the way that things have been done over and over and over again, in real estate and investing or in weddings, you know, like why can't we build a greenhouse that can have 100 people in it, you know? That's like one of the biggest traits that I learned from them that I try to take into business.
How do you maintain such a positive outlook and continue to dream after times of
At
disappointment?
least for me, after feeling like this is something we want to do for a long time and like initially really struggling to bring it to life, was just like, I really did kind of have to go within a little bit, you know, and like you get afraid to dream, and it's like, no, I'm going to keep this in my heart. I'm going to keep honing it. I'm going to keep refining it, and spending a lot of time with Jonathan too, and like just dreaming together and talking out what it could look like. And then when it really did come time, it happened like that, you know, and it was like being in the right place at the right time, but at that point we were prepared. And so like now looking back, I see all the preparation that came, in all of the disappointment or in all of the struggles, and I'm like, oh yeah, like of course it was this, like of course it was this piece of property, like in that year, and it was going to look like this, and like was going to be the team, because it took all of those iterations, you know, and that's like, so I trust myself so much more now.
How important is it for you to also incorporate peace and rest into your designs?
Wouldn't have said this 10 years ago, but I find myself to be such a homebody now. And I do feel like when I come home, that's where I find the most peace and the most rest. And it's so interesting to me too, because as I really lean into motherhood, I've actually found that to bring me a ton of peace and rest. Like time away from technology, away from working, and getting time with the girls and with my husband, and all of us just hanging out, whether it's like being in the pool or petting the cows or, I mean, gosh, really anything around the home that we get to do together. It just makes me happy.
Yeah.
You want to show her how pretty you are? See, I'm such a pretty cow. I'm